So I want to get your thoughts on some of the playoff ball, man. You got those Bills going against those Ravens, and I mean, after this past week, I mean, my takeaways are that Lamar might be the best football player in the world.
That Buffalo and Baltimore game, that's going to be very interesting.
Yeah,
I still think Baltimore is the better team.
definitely.
Buffalo did play good against us, but we were pups out there. My Broncos were overachievers this year. Didn't nobody think we was gonna go as far as we did, but we did. But but,
Yeah.
but, Buffalo was clearly the better team. I think Josh Allen only had 6 incompletions. I think they rushed the ball for over 100 yards. They had almost 100 yards the first half of the game.
I think they're gonna be able to do that against Baltimore like that.
No.
Yep.
Yeah, they got the number 1 run defense.
Lamar is so deadly from the pocket and so accurate at this point in his career right now. Like, if he was that accurate last year, it wouldn't have mattered if he would have ran the ball more or not in the AFC Championship game. I think he's a lot more comfortable in the pocket and making a lot more of those plays. And the guys that they got, you know what I mean? It's really hard to, it's almost pick your poison with that, with their receivers.
And that's why you see the maturation of Lamar. He doesn't have to do it all anymore.
Yeah.
He does.
He makes it look so easy.
He didn't even have Zay Flowers that game.
Yeah, man.
It makes it look so effortless that I think a lot of people take it for granted.
Yeah, because people used to it. They're used to it now.
Yeah.
They're used to it.
And because even
when he just turns the speed on, he'll put a couple little jukes, and it's like he'll go right back to kind of like a brisk jog, and then turn it right on.
And
backyard football, bro.
Yeah.
He literally looked like a grown man out there jerking little kids out,
He
playing with his
does.
little nephews out there.
And then he'll come and he'll lower his shoulder on you.
Yeah.
To make you look silly. So it might be they. It might be they.
Yeah.
We gonna see.
But if it's one person that can stop anybody, it's Spags. You know, the Rams are one of those teams, if you notice, they always come in strong at the end of the year. You know, they kind of been around the middle of the pack, beginning of the season, middle of the season. Then they kind of fall off. Then toward the end, they kind of pick up steam, and here they go again on their run. You know?
Right.
So you got to be careful of the Rams, but they have a good quarterback. They have a great quarterback who's been there.
Yeah. Man, I feel like Matthew Stafford is one of the most underrated quarterbacks that ever played. Because when we look, like, people don't think about him like he's a Hall of Famer, but he is going to be a Hall of Famer when it's all said and done. And he's one of those picks that lived up to the hype.
What if he didn't stay in Detroit that long? You never know.
Yeah.
You never know. As soon as he leave Detroit, what happens?
He got him a chip. Got him a chip right away.
Got him a chip right away, man. So
yeah, so that Rams team is a throwback team too, though.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't know about the Rams because they don't come on TV a lot. They got, so they don't have a lot of names, other than Puka and Cooper. They got the 1D lineman that's, that's pretty good. I've been hearing about
both. They got 2 defensive tackles that are really nasty. They both are young, but yeah, no, they both of their interior linemen, which is why I want to go with some of those in the draft. They will run the ball, and they really hard to stop with that. And Matthew Stafford, you just gotta love it.
But you know why?
Why?
You know why?
Why?
I'm not gonna say it's Max Stafford. I'm not gonna say it's Kyron or Puka or Cooper. It's McVay.
I was about to say McVay. Hey, that dude coached some circles around. It's ironic how he's so much more of a better coach than the guy he came up underneath.
What school did he go to? Did he go to Duluth? Where he went?
I don't know.
Because I want to say he won a state championship at quarterback.
I think
did he go to Duluth? It was somewhere out in Gwinnett. I know that for a fact.
Okay.
So you might want to look that up. Yeah.
You sure it went up? You sure it went up in there? Yeah. Yeah, we gonna look at. I don't know. I feel like it was up somewhere up 75, but.
Okay.
Yeah, either way, man. Yeah. I can't even front, man. It ain't like I'm a big fan. because I'm not a big fan of a lot of the people that came off of the Shanahan tree, or I'm not a big fan of Shanahan, but I really like Sean McVay, man. I can't even lie to you, man. Like he really schemes it up pretty well. He's kind of got it figured out. He doesn't overthink it. He learned from that loss to Belichick, and
Philly's kind of like their head coach. They kind of arrogant.
Yeah.
They kind of arrogant, and
it seems that they are the most dysfunctional number, like top seed I've ever seen before.
AJ Brown not touching the ball a lot, the ball not being passed around a lot. So next game, they gonna go up and try to put up some numbers.
They're gonna have to do something because Jalen Hurts is that passing game does look very dull. It's not in sync. And he's not going to be able to do that against better teams as he goes on. So I was talking to my pops today. He was saying how he thinks that the Eagles, they messed up by not letting Saquon get that record, because it's like the big boys, the Hogs, they was out there playing for something and getting that extra trophy basically, and they're going to feel like it's a wasted season if they don't end up with a Super Bowl win.
It's a slippery slope because everybody know about that. It's in the injury bug. But then again, you want Saquon to get the record.
Right.
Let them go on to beat Eric Dixon out. Then you think about it, well, they're trying to win the Super Bowl also. What if we put him in, he gets hurt, then our Super Bowl chance is down the drain.
Right. I agree.
If I was a coach, I would have let him go on to do it. Put him in there. Soon as he hit that thing, soon as he break it, take him out. And it's so funny. It's funny how the game changes. The game has changed so much. When we was growing up, mostly all these running backs were running for 1,000 yards. They
would get so many carries, and it was just
teams are shying away from it. But King Henry and Saquon try to bring it back, man. Because why? If you got to run the ball to win the championship, why not run the ball in the regular season? Why wait till the postseason to run the ball?
Right.
That's why I'm having problems with some of these teams now, man. Why are y'all not running the ball? I mean, you keep doing all this skeleton pass mess, and it's like me just pass. Running the ball is the most most efficient way to play the game.
Agreed.
Don't turn the ball over, man. It's high percentage. If you run the ball,
Right.
it's high percentage.
I agree.
The teams that are in the playoffs right now, the majority of them, I say 90% of them, they have a running game.
Running games travel.
Every team. I mean, I don't know where Washington is, where B-Rob is at, but he's a pretty good runner. But
so to your point about them, having Austin Eckler back was huge, because he does a lot of other things in not only your running game, but then in your passing game and your passer protection as well too, that allows you to use B-Rob in that other vein.
Right. They got their lightning back. When they got Eckler, they got their lightning back. So, the screens, the pass, catching the ball out of the backfield in the flats, and, that opens everything up, because Washington, they are not the most offensively talented team in the league. I mean, if you look at it, I mean, they got Jaden, but other than that, no one, Scary Terry, but other than that, no one just stands out.
Right. Terry's kind of a number one, but he's not really. He's a guy that if you got a real lockdown corner, or you got a number one corner, sometimes you like your chances against him. Although he can make some plays, but he's.
Oh yeah, Terry don't drop the ball.
Yeah, he ain't gonna drop that ball though, but he's not quite that upper tier. He's that second tier of really good receiver. But now they do have some veterans though. I mean, even at tight end, what's my boy name? He used to be in Philly. Zach Ertz. Yeah. They got some guys that they can just keep the ball moving a little bit. But you're right. It all goes primarily through Jaden Daniels. So
This is where organizations get their money earned. When you get these players thinking they go pan out, and when the playoffs get around, they come out. You get what I'm saying? Some of these players you might ain't even heard from in like 6-7 games in the regular season. The playoffs get here,
They make big
and
plays.
they're totally different players.
Yeah.
They totally different players.
Agreed. Players like James White used to be like that. Kevin Falk, yeah, those type of guys that just having those good role players, and that's why coaching matters. That's the thing about coaching, because at this level, they're all good athletes. Is how can you utilize them in their best ways? How can you get these guys open? When you see a Devontae Adams, you see Justin Jefferson wide open, like you gotta look at the coaching on that, because like they scheme that guy because nobody's not thinking about double teaming that guy. So yeah, on this level, if you can, it's what can you do with these guys? Like people are gonna double team a Micah Parsons. What can you do to get him open? Like what can you do with other things in your defense to make them, have to? To me, that's where good coaching comes in. Is hey, this guy isn't good at this, and I'm not gonna ask him to do that. I'm gonna let him do what he said. Like it's the old anecdote when Lawrence Taylor was like. He was like, you weren't supposed to blitz it. That play did not play, but he's like, well, you might have want to put it in there, coach.
Put it in there, man, because you want to have coaches who've been in that predicament, coaching the X's and O's or on the field. That's why you have a lot of defense coordinators, a lot of head coaches, a lot of OCs. They prosper in this league because they've been on the field. They had been in that situation. They, they feel it like they're in the game. The gut feelings, the nerves that they feel when they're on the sidelines. That okay, I'm gonna do this because this is what I just feel because I've been there before. That's what makes a coach a coach. That's what makes our offensive defense coordinators. Look at Dan Campbell. Look at Aaron Glenn. Mike Vrabel, he had his time in the spotlight. So not all professional football players make good coordinators and good coaches, but I think half of them do. I think half of them do.
I agree. Some of the best coordinators played in the. I mean, you look at Dick LeBeau.
Yeah.
Tony Dungy.
Yeah, Tony Dungy. And I've been these last couple of days, the trend where the organizations were going with the younger head coaches, the coaches who never really played football, but they had X's and O's, and they was up on the head coach, and they was the equipment guy and stuff like that. That's all well and good. That's all, some of these coaches are 10, 15, 10, 11, 12 years younger than some of the players that they're coaching. And it was a trend for a minute because they was winning. They was very innovative with their offense play calling. But now the questions are around the league, the accountability status of can they hold these players? Can they own these players? Can they tell these players what to do? Don't be late for meetings. Don't do this, don't do that. Now you have these players kind of how can I say it? Not being team players as far as doing what they're supposed to do off the field.
Right.
Because Miami having a problem.
See, I think that the good coaches manage it well. A lot of people don't like. A lot of people talk smack about Mike Tomlin and want him out, or like, oh, they gonna fire him in Pittsburgh. But I'd rather be a team that is right there on the precipice every year than a team that's not. I mean, you didn't know the type of this.
They was talking about Mike Tomlin about his accountability issues with why does he have all the receivers who just eventually fly off the handle? You had Antonio Brown, Santonio Holmes, you had Pickens, you had Plaxico Burress, Chase Claypool. I'm like,
Yeah, man, receivers are just real divas, man. Like, that's why the whole Kyle Pitts thing, it's like, man, you know how bad it can be when a guy's not getting the ball? Or what, and these guys were getting the ball. I mean, they really, you got to be a different type of dude to be a receiver a lot of the times anyway. And, yeah, I don't know. That is a good question. I think sometimes you know what you're getting with some of these guys. Like Pickens, he came into the league with some question marks on him, though. So,
yeah, they asked him in the press conference. They asked him in the press conference, is he optimistic for next season? He was like, no.
man, to be fair, man, they stuck that man out there with Russell Wilson. And I love Justin Fields, man, but like he's just not ready to take. There's so many Atlanta fans that was like, well, we could have had Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, and I'm just so much more happy with having Michael Penix than Justin Fields and Russell Wilson, because the problems that I said you would have with Russell Wilson, and I think you'll agree with this being a Broncos fan, he's too small to see in the pocket. So he's usually having to roll out. So now he's cutting half the field in half. And if he's not going to run and he's rolling out, now it's a waste of your play.
Yeah. And when he was younger, he could make those plays because he was an athletic guy.
Yeah.
Plus, he was a baseball player. He was a middle infielder. He was a shortstop, second baseman. So he can make those throws coming from different arm slots, different arm angles in that. But once his legs left and he had to try to sit back in the pocket, he holds on the ball. He holds on to the ball.
Yep, and you're going to have a lot of 3 and outs with Russell Wilson. You're going to have a lot of, like, you're going to look at his numbers at the end of the year. They're going to look really good in general. Oh, he still got it. He's not a premier quarterback anymore.
I think the best 2 OCs. I think the best 2 OCs in the league right now is Joe Brady and Ben Johnson. Joe Brady from Buffalo.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's your boy, old OC.
I don't know, man. I kind of like Baltimore's OC though, because they being able to take Lamar to another level. They was talking about being able to unlock him, and last year it looked like, but this year it's like, wait, this is when they say I'm on a new level. The boy is on a new level, like, and you know, they just before they just was trying to do that tired ass. Okay, we just gonna option you with Lamar to death, and they never developed Kaepernick properly. I forget the OC they had before he used to be with San Francisco. Though they got him there. That's why they brought him out there, because he was so good.
Yeah, because before that, then they had Greg Roman before.
That's who it was, Greg Roman.
Yeah, Greg Roman. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I don't know. You know, so that's why he had Georgia looking so good. You know, so that's why Baltimore wanted him. Baltimore said, man, you got Georgia looking too good. Come on, come holler at us, man. You know, so
yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
But King Henry makes he makes a difference, man. King Henry makes it easy for everybody.
He does. I mean, well, we talked about this before. When you have a mobile quarterback, it makes a running back like that just as deadly, because when you actually you're giving them the RPO, you really have to like decide on where you gonna go with that. And it's like, damn, do I want to get run over or juked out by Lamar? Do I want Henry to run me over? I want Lamar to juke. And you never gonna guess right.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Just like your boy used to run circles all over everybody. You know, said DVD when they had Don, Vic, and Duckett.
True that.
You know, woo. You know, they were hard to stop. You had a running quarterback, you had Thunder, and you had Lightning.
Facts.
You know?
The factuals.
Woo. That was woo. So it's hard to stop Lamar, man. You know you got King Henry bearing down on you, and you tired. You trying to catch your breath. Did Lamar hike the ball with the RPO? You don't know who to take. Did Lamar take out? You like, damn, man.
And essentially every play that he doesn't hand the ball off is an option for him.
Yeah.
Because if he could pass or run it a lot of those times. Same thing with Jaden Daniels. It's more so the case with Jaden Daniels. But yeah, with Lamar, you know, because he wants to sit there in that pocket, but he's like, if it's not there, you know he gone.
Pick your poison, man. Pick your poison.
Yeah, man, they gonna be hard. I think that they might be their years, so we'll see.